All right, Miss Jen.
All right, I am so excited to introduce you guys to our speaker today. So I have gotten to know Shelly on incentive trips, which is really cool. And what's really cool is that most people in the world have no idea what War Eagle is, and she knows my story. And you guys all know how proud I am of Eric, and I are so proud of our daughter who goes to Auburn University. And nobody in the world knows what War Eagle is. And one day we were walking, I don't even remember where we were, Shelly, but I hear War Eagle, and I'm like, what? So she's our favorite War Eagle friend in Scentsy. And so you guys, Shelly is so cool. She joined in 20, that's right, Christina. She joined in 2020 and she joined for the free kit. I did not know that. I was reading her story today. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. So she joined for the free kit, ended up making director in 10 months. That is amazing. And star director in less than 3 years. That is just so crazy. I had no idea. And I learned today that her daughter is also a director, which is just absolutely incredible. She's been on, I think it said 3 incentive trips. And she has just learned, and she's living proof that those who show up go up. If you love this business, if you're passionate about it, you can do whatever you want. You can be as successful as you want. So she loves leadership. She's really come to love the personal growth and development that she's gotten through Scentsy. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to take away from your story. But Shelly, we are so happy and thankful that you're here today with us. And thank you for all you're going to pour into us.
Had to find my unmute. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So, like, first of all, this group, this panel, y'all have changed y'all have changed my life. This is my favorite little hangout spot. Of course, there is so many in this big old community of Scentsy that, that I have followed and latched on to. But like, I cannot say enough how much y'all mean to me, and how much you mean to our team. When they come on, they know Thursday night shift is one of our prime nights, and do your best to show up or catch the replay. So I'm like extremely thankful for you guys, and I'm like crazy honored to even be asked to come like speak. I don't know. I mean, most of what I have to say, a lot of y'all have already heard it. This is such a duplicatable business, and sometimes you just have to hear the same thing at the right time to hit that like reset mindset spark, that aha finally hits, um and the microphone drops and you're like, or a new idea can just be sparked in your own creativity, by someone else sharing a piece of something. It's like really a collaborating type business. So I know this is going to sound really cheesy when I say this, but like what I'm really going to try to drive home to you guys tonight is, get back to dreaming. The way that and I'm so sorry, I probably say 100 times. I've tried to correct myself. I actually, on my day job, I work full time. I work Scentsy around like a crazy, I was already the busiest person I know when I joined. So it's really true to the fact when other leaders have, like one of your squash responses to people that say, I'm like, I just don't have time for that, I'm the busiest person I know, say that's the beauty of this. It works best for the busiest people. And it's so true. I don't know how I did what I did when I first onboarded. One day, if you got time, or maybe another day, or maybe on my YouTube, you can hear how my new first 70 days went when I joined. I don't. But at Leadership Cancun 2 years ago, um, which I cannot wait to go back. Jen, we were at the airport in the little Cancun. I'm like just beginning to be a world traveler thanks to Scentsy. And so I was in this international airport, and it wasn't Cancun, but it was in Mexico. Like you have to go through customs and have a passport, like thanks to Scentsy. Um, I'm a passport holder now, and so is my son, and I can't wait for all my teams to be passport holders. So anyway, we get off and there's like Scentsy people everywhere. The energy is amazing. I'm on cloud. I don't know how far, how high the clouds can go, but I was way up there. And I see this cute couple. And mind you, I'm coming to Thursday night shifts and stuff already. I'm just like, I'm just in, la la land here. And there's this cute couple that has Auburn t-shirts on. And I go, oh my gosh, what are the odds? War Eagle. I live in Alabama and I'm in Mexico with a passport across the country. And I run into an Auburn fan like me. And her sweet husband, he goes, oh, War Eagle. And he goes, I hear there's some kind of event here, like something called Scentsy. Are you here with them? And I was like, yes. I said, have you ever heard of Scentsy? And I just go into and oh, Courtney, I love you, babe. Roll Tide, girl. And they were like, I was like, oh yeah. And then they go, oh, we are too. And I was like, really? And when she said her name, like that light bulb that went off, that like doop de doop moment, I was like, of course, you're Jen Audette, Thursday night shift. How did I miss that? And I'd actually met her at my first world tour in Birmingham. So anyway, I didn't mean to like throw all that out there, but that's where it was. And now it's like a thing. So get back to dreaming. So I won't go into like my whole big story, but I am like the total underdog in life. I was even as a kid. I was the freckle face, four eyes little girl. My parents even relocated me in the fifth grade because I was being bullied and picked on so bad and coming home crying every day. So they moved me from Tennessee to West Virginia, and I lived with my dad's sister for a couple of years, and then my parents ended up meeting me out there. So I'm only saying that and leading up to other things, and then in 2006, I hit a rock bottom in my life and lost everything, everything. My my husband, my kids, my everything. That's another whole story. But I began a personal journey, and that personal journey was basically you can't take my kids away. They were the only thing I was living for anyway. So I had to like defeat depression. I had no choice. If it was either defeat depression, get back to my kids, or I don't want to live no more. And so that's what happened. And so the work began. I moved to Alabama in 2009 all by myself. I knew nobody here except for my ex family and my kids. And so I moved here and started out the first 3 months. I lived in a hotel while I worked part time at Office Depot in the prison. I was rebuilding my life. So my past business was in real estate, mortgage type stuff, and so came here like desperate, took the first job I could get. And then I got another job. So I was working a full time during the day, part time at night, doing things on the side to make some extra money, rubbing two pennies, like making jewelry, all the things. So that built a drive in me because I had to survive, and survive meant I had to pay my bills so that I could live in Alabama where I had no family and be close to my kids and breathe the same air that they were breathing. So I'm saying all that because I'm wanting you to find what drives you, and that's what drives me. My kids are what drive me. They are my why behind. They're like the foundation. They're what kicks off my why I get out of bed every day. And so I've always had a full-time job and part-time. Um, oh, and I wanted to ask you guys this because I want to see it in the chats. And I'm going to ask you to either put the color blue or the color green, or spell the color green or the color blue. If you joined Scentsy just for the discounts, put blue. And if you joined Scentsy for the extra income, put green. And then if there's anything in between, green for the income. Okay. So I was already had side hustles. I totally did not have time to add anything else to my life. I had an LLC. I worked full time and I made jewelry still. And I was in another little direct sales, which I've been in like on in and out of about five of them. No, none of them stuck. None of them were fun. And none of them made a difference in my life. And yeah, okay. And so that's what I love to see because mine was blue. So I joined for the discounts because I was already obsessed seeking true fragrance experiences and they were fleeting. And I bought all these like burners and they were in every room and I would put my Walmart Downy wax, and it would smell real good for about 2 hours and I would be cleaning house and it was gone. So I didn't know that there was a better experience for me. I knew I was seeking it. And so yeah, I joined. I booked a party off of my daughter's, one of her best friends had a party and I did it just thinking it would help her. And then I was like, well, I need to try this fragrance because that's my thing. And so I did my own party and I like was determined to max out the rewards because that's another thing about me. Give me a challenge, dangle a carrot in front of me, give me a prize. I'm going for it. And a lot of people are like that. Are you guys like that? I mean, seriously, that's why Scentsy worked so well for me. And is because those first 70 days that are so like one and done, crucial, go for it, go big, go hard. That worked for me. Yeah. Okay, I love that. Who else is prize driven? So here's the thing, like my kids were my prize for all things in life. They still are my prize. So I still go hard as I can because my kids are in front of me. And if you were to be able to look, this is my vision board right here is it's junky looking, I know, but it's my family, it's my kids. They are what ultimately um drives me every day. I don't know. I want y'all to see my shirt real quick. I'm not trying to squirrel, I'm just saying. So this is leading into this. So I had this great idea. Yep, we all have them. Guess what? You do too. I was doing an event and I was trying to find a fun way because it's a 5-day event, traffic, traffic, traffic. I was trying to find a fun way for me to quickly get people into my life and into my world and my hangout. My favorite like social media platform, it's where I get the most results, is Facebook. So and the thing is, we are friend makers. We got to be friend makers. We always got to be opening our mouth. I hear it all the time. If you want to go somewhere with this company, sorry, I'm trying to get this just where you can see me. You've got to open your mouth. And it's so easy when you have like I love t-shirts that are conversation starters, like people that go out in public and it's just like silly off like just cute, quirky things. But anyway, it says let's be friends, and then there's a big QR code. And people I found really love scanning me. They're like, oh my God, I gotta try this. Does this really work? And where does it? And I was like, yeah, it works. Let's be friends. That's my Facebook QR code or whatever. So now I have two of these, and one of my friends made them for me. It doesn't have to have, it's nothing about Scentsy. It's just about me. And that's what I want you to know. You are you and you are what sells. So when I say get back to dreaming, do you remember when we were those little kids that little kid that had these big imaginations and you always believed that you were going to grow up and you were going to live, what is it, happy everly after. I couldn't get the sequence of order out. But yeah, I want you to think about that, or you, if you're on here and you're a guy and you're a kid, like that happily ever after that you really this got nothing held you back. You could envision like you're going to be a veterinarian. That was my dream. I wanted to like work with animals, and then all this. And as you got older, maybe the plan, the big, like you were going to have the house with the white picket fence, and, and things just kind of change. I went to college, but I didn't, I dropped out after a year. Then, I got married, started becoming a mom, and then I was just a mom and a wife, and I just kind of lost who I was and all that. And so I kind of felt like the dream was over because I didn't do it like in the order that it was supposed to. And so anyway, my dreams diminished, my belief in me accomplishing big things in life diminished. Of course, I don't want to say that I just stopped and settled, because I didn't. I was still striving to like get to the next promotion, or on my job I was always trying to be my best so I could do the next right thing, to get me to the next right result. Like do what I can today to have a better tomorrow. That's sort of a mindset that I've had for a long time. And so if you go back to that little girl and you tap into those dreams, we need to go back and convince ourselves that that's still reality with Scentsy. I'm proof of that. That broken girl that moved here, that lived in that hotel for 3 months, busting my butt just to get enough to get a place for me to have for when it was my time for my kids. And I had a home. I had to, I had to figure it out. And I've been on that track for a long time, doing all the hustle things. And 6 months into, well, actually, I earned the sensational star at all levels, shooting star. And it really sparked when my dad, my stepdad, my adult dad, died of COVID in within my 70 days. So I'm doing all the things, still running my business. That's the beauty of Scentsy, because I got it off on the ground with parties. So they were rolling, it was already rolling itself where it needed to go. And it kept, I was able to keep my arms around it while still running my LLC and my full-time job. And then I went to stay and work for my mom's for 3 weeks, was able to run my business online and close out my dad's business. I mean, my parents were in the middle of closing, selling their house and building. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. And I got flowers from Scentsy, and they shared their heartfelt condolences for my loss. I'm like, this is a jerk. This is MLM. This is jerk. So what are they sending me? Like, this is, nobody has ever, my work didn't even do anything. They didn't even say, they didn't even like email me, nothing with their condolences. So I am saying all this because that's when I realized Scentsy was truly special. And I started looking at the business aspect of this company. And I'm a hat person. I love hats. So, like, trying to be authentically me in front of y'all. And this is how I want y'all to think about find how to be authentically you when you are sharing your business, with your VIP. And so anyway, 6 months into it, I was like, I've got to let go of something. Scentsy outgrowing me, because when I had my first true fragrance experience and I shared it with my friends, they wanted to have their first true, I was like, you've got to try it at least. And then I was into trying the other products, because I'm a true believer. How can you sell something if you don't use it yourself? So I needed to know what these were, because now I've signed up. I'm in this as a business. So if you're in this as a business, oh, yes. And I had several team members that lost people too. So if you're in this as a business, I love this hat. I just had my friend make it. The one that made me the shirt. She took my patches. But what I love most about this hat is the CEO. All right. So those of you that said you signed on here for income and a lot of you know it, they can speak for me that's life changing, it's changed theirs. Um, you need to put on your CEO hat. Okay. You can have your fun hat, you know, you can have your fun hat. You can have your love your Jesus hat. You can have your mom hat on, we are multiple hats. I'm just having fun with them. But every day when you have a business, you're a CEO of your life. You can run your life like a CEO and you can inspire others to run their life like that too. So the sky's the limit. I don't know how much more time I have. I have like so many notes. I'll try to get back to my talking points. Am I good, everybody?
You're great. You have plenty of time. Keep
Courtney
going.
Blackburn said I needed to hear you tonight. I love you. I need to hear you guys. So that's why a lot of this is preaching to the choir. Like where we been, I'm speaking to myself too. So living your life out loud also means, you can be a CEO, but you got to be at the top of your game and being you. Nobody really buys the product. I mean, once they try the product, they've got to have the product, but they're buying you. And I know we hear this all the time. Well, how are they going to buy you if you aren't showing up for your business? Now, here's what I want you to realize. Those of you, I mean, most of us do realize this, but I need to express this. We have been given we're independent Scentsy consultants, and we have been given a company that completely backs us. They make the product the best in fragrance and home decor. They make it for us. They back it with customer satisfaction and limited lifetime warranties. They have a customer service line that our customers can talk to someone. They have customer support for us for anything we need. You need to remember you have customer support when you need something. Say you're trying to get to me or you're trying to get to your sponsor, remember that you have a workstation with everything you ever need right there. It's right there. You don't need me. You don't really need anything but that workstation. But the beauty of it is you get more. You get more with it. You get a team, a community, you get a panel every Thursday night that's here that like you can always throw questions in these comments and they're answering them and they're assisting and they're showing the way. And so I want you to remember that, like turn to your workstation because we as CEOs, we need to equip ourselves to have to and sharpen our skills so that we're more independent. We can work and function more independently. And the more familiar we get with the products, the easier it is to talk about how the products are problem solvers for your own home or how they're problem solving solutions for your mom. And your neighbor was telling you the other day, like she couldn't believe that it got, I don't know, some crazy stain out of her carpet from her toddler. I mean, you can share other people's stories. You can share your sisters and misters stories, but make it realistic. I wish I had time to read these comments. I'll catch up with them hopefully. And so you got to like equip yourself, challenge yourself. I'm in my 50s. So when I started this Scentsy journey, I knew nothing about all these apps and I didn't know anything about stories and reels and none of those things. But I knew by watching because when I joined, I wanted to, well, once I realized like there's money to be made here, because even as a central certified consultant, like my very first paycheck was half a month was like $300. I was like, wait a minute, my side hustles that I'm like slaving and getting out in the, I had a flea market business. It was physically hard work. And my paychecks were like already bringing in income, and I hadn't even started hitting the leadership bonuses yet. So where's my brain going? Oh, so I had to tap into this. Like I needed to get good at it. You know, if I was going to do this direct sales thing, I had to get good at it. And because I realized I told my SSD, and I don't know if she's on here. Is Carrie on here? I hope so. I love you, Carrie, if you are. Um, she's been a wonderful, wonderful mentor in my life. But anyway, I told her, I said, now this, I'm a certified consultant when I told her this. I'm coming for you, okay? I'm in this to win it, and I'm coming for your title like that. And she goes, come on, you know. And so I meant it, and I like dug in. So what I want you to know is YouTube, in addition, let me finish with what Scentsy has to offer you. So bad. I mean, I'm so sorry. Trainings, trainings. Now, especially that they have those success paths, when you log into your workstation, you see those the little bullets that you can like take a success path class at a time for right where you are at in your business, because Cincy has like really geared it to where you can go to the proper stages of your journey where you're at, so that you're not skipping up here, going back. Because I know I tend to have been like that. I wanted to go from here to here, and you miss some things by doing that. So really don't get ahead of yourself. Stay in the process, enjoy the process, and dive into those success paths. Because I also heard Chuck, and I know Chuck Thompson, the our owner's brother, and our chief consultant, uh, what is his role? Consultant, engagement leader. I don't know. He's amazing. Say one time that if we would give Cincy 4 years of our life and treat it like we were getting an education, and study it, and sharpen our skills, seek how, like, go to YouTube. It doesn't even have to be Cincy. Like, find out how social media is working, the latest trends and tips. Teach yourself like how to do a reel. Teach yourself how to like practice stuff. Like if you don't, when you go to, I don't even know how to go live. Okay, like go watch a tutorial where it shows you how to go live. And when you go to make a post on social media, like they have really sophisticated some new features to when you go and make a post. Like look at those, like get curious, tap it, because now you can do like specific things. You can share your post directly from your original post to your stories, to a group, to multiple groups. You can put like your not not necessarily your location, but like your area, because now that those algorithms are trying to connect people to each other, if they see that both of these people are in Alabama and they have fragrance in common and they have this in common, then they're going to start pulling those two profiles together. So the more you can be specific, and you know like even putting your like town, it's going to just help drive people to you that are looking for fragrance, or just trust me on that. Go learn social media stuff. And then also with your workstation, if you go 4 years, just like he said, you will have a career for free. Scentsy gives us all this. We do not pay for it. They pay for it because they're paying for experts in their field. They're giving us the best of the best to teach us all this. And I'm blown away. I've been blown away by this business from day one. I could really get sappy if I wanted to. But so we have all that. And then guess what? We have a community that is fun. And the customers that we share with, they are once they try fragrance by Scentsy, we're literally giving them a piece of joy, and we are help me with that word, enliven, you know that word. I did not even realize so much what that meant until it hit me. Like, it still hits me every now and then that that's what really is happening in my life. Once I studied fragrance and got to know, because you have this in your join kit, the art of fragrance, you ought to go through that little experience workbook, because it teaches you a lot about recognizing scent notes, like the base and the mid and the top note. It helps you know how to be an expert in your field when people are asking you, like, I'm looking for this, I need this. Really does help. But I found that no, when you go out and you in it, like, once you have enlivened your senses, you smell scents everywhere you go. And I used to not be that awakened to my sniffer like I am now. And it brings joy, and scents brings scent memories. We all know this, right? Let me get to. So with all that Scentsy is giving us, all we got to do is go be ourselves and get in front of people. Get out there on your social media. Oh, and with that being in your workstation, like, go get experienced in your workstation. If you have sponsored someone, go get familiar with your reporting tab, play around. You cannot break it. I promise. You cannot break the workstation. Click on everything. Click on everything. Same with your website. I I like, if you were going to be a waitress in a restaurant, and you went and you started and you didn't study that menu, you would be a flop. Like, your tips probably wouldn't be that good, because when they ask you, what's today's special? Or what dressings do you have? To be the best waitress, you're going to want to know all the soft drinks you have to offer. You're going to want to know all the sauces that and dressings for your salads. You're going to want to know that menu inside and out if you want to make good tips. That is a tip I'm sharing with you. You need to go get a get an A plus on your PWS, your personal website, and on your workstation. And you can do it on your workstation, start your success path, and then just get nosy everywhere else. Like, use your search bar, try things. Am I right? Am I right? I did not like being told that, because I'm not a reader, but my sponsor gave me tough love. And at the end of the day, I'm glad she did, because it made me go find my own resources. I know, right? Doing something on my own, but it made me more sorry. It made me a better businesswoman. Callie, is that Callie? Oh, I love y'all. Okay. Let's see. You're going to share what you love. So if you are wanting to get familiar with your products, give them all a try. It doesn't mean you're going to love all of them. Or, like, you may love um, warmers over oil diffusers, or vice versa. And I'm not saying you have to invest in buying all that. You don't. Like, just try, use your rewards, get familiar. I know what I did if you're still new and there's the shooting star enhancement kit that you've unlocked with your 515 days, then that was what I did. I thought, okay, this has a little bit of everything. And if I get my shooting star enhancement kit, it's going to help me towards my new consultant goals. It's going to give me commission on that kit. Like, I'm going to make $50 back of it's $200. It's $400 worth of merchandise. And I can use it and have it and do my first little event. I can sell it if I want to. And it just gave me an opportunity to try it all. And so if that's you, that would be a good opportunity to do it. And then so because then you can go live while you're doing your load of laundry and you're sharing without selling, and you're just talking about how great your clothes smell now and it was so game changer. If it was for you, like be honest and authentic, because you're selling you, and people trust you, and that's why they're going to buy from you if you show them who you are, because that's where the whole like, know, and trust factor comes in. And then love your people where they're at, love them. And when you come on and you're being like authentic, people are going to relate to that. Like a lot of times, I put on makeup for y'all today. I don't know how great it looks, but I no, most of the times I just go live. I work from home. Thank the Lord Jesus. I'm an appeals specialist in with Optum Hospice Pharmacy Services, and so most of the time, and I live the most boring life, but I live my life out loud. And when I say, when I hear people say, I don't really know what to share, I don't have no content or whatever. Guess what my content is? It's boring, but there's evidently other people in my life that relate to my boring life. I literally get out of the house like one day a week. So I will make that a big to do. Sorry, I've got so I have to utilize things like bees nest or wasp nest around my house. And I will tell you, when I did all about my struggles with the wasp attacks and stuff around my house, I had more views, more advice, because that's the other thing, people want they want to give you their opinions, so ask them. I got stung by one, and I was like, I need tips. How do I get this stinger out? And I went live in my stories, and I live my life out loud that way. I have two dogs. They are my brand. This is Dolly. Um, my other dog is a 150-pound Great White Pyrenees Anatolian Shepherd mix. And last night, um, we for the we were up with a possum in the yard. If you go look at all my stories, you'll see me recording Luna, me freaking out, and then we've had an armadillo in the backyard. Sometimes it's just like I kill plants, and so I'll go talk about my plants, and I need your tips, and I need your advice. Find things like get their advice on which hat looks better. Should I wear this hat? I mean, I know it sounds so lame, or should I wear this hat? And this is a hat I love because love is my love language. I love meeting people. I love loving on people. I love serving people. Love is love is makes me happy. But I mean, just like live your life out loud. I need you to tap into your potential because you have the value to share. Bring it over to your team pages. Get out there, challenge yourself to grow a little more today so that you have a better tomorrow. Because I want your dreams to come true like they have for me. When there's an event like World Tour, get to that event. I took the advice of those that were having success. I just took their advice. I'm about to stop, y'all. I know I'm out of time. Get there, because leaders are born at events, and those that show up go up. I was hearing these, and I was holding on to those nuggets that people were telling me, and I was believing it to be true. So I would go where the events were. And it doesn't even have to be like world tour. Like you should do that like before your location sells out. But like I go to any events that I'm invited to in my community. I try to show up at places that people are at, because that's where you're going to meet, that's where you're going to get the opportunity to be you, and get and be their friend. So I'm not even like approaching people about anything, but just being their friend. Everything else will fall into place later. Now, if you're at an event and you're all about Scentsy, of course you're gonna, like, oh, let's be friends. I'd love to get to know you and get you spoil you with fragrance. That's what I always tell everyone. Let me spoil you with fragrance. Another thing is when um, you have an opportunity to have your customers smell something, let them smell it. Like I have a sample bar in my house. I do a lot of local orders. So when they come to my house, they are falling in love with Scentsy. I'm selling something new. Um, because I have some pictures. I'll put them in the comments of my sample bar. But all the new scents, like the scents of the season, the holiday, the harvest, I leave them on this bar. I call it a bar. It's just a table with, and it's where my warmer of the month is, my scent of the month is, and whatever warmer that I'm like showcasing. And right now it's the limited edition holiday warmer, like woo woo. And if you got that warmer, put your, I mean, did you get a low number? Oh my gosh. I think they only made, was it 14,000? Is that what I remember seeing on the bottom? And I think I got like 2,100, like my number was like 2,100 or something like that. So I was pretty impressed. I don't know if I can share pictures over here, but I'm going to try it. Uh, no, I can share my screen. Sharing is not turned on. 12,000. Okay. I knew it wasn't a very big number.
You can share your screen now, dear.
Okay. Okay. But it's just, let's see if I can make it bigger. Hold on. Anyway, there has a little thing right there. It just says sample bar. And I've got like all these essential oils out, the harvest, the holiday, scent testers, and then ding, 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 warmer of the month. And when they come in, I almost always get pre-orders for stuff. And don't think, let's see, was there anything else I wanted to share? That's it. And I only threw that nugget in there because, like, oh, and on the go, real quick, I always have something fun that goes with me every time I leave my house. I have to make the most of it since I only leave my house 1 day a week. I have to make the most of it. So I have this packet. It says "Let's be friends," and it has my phone number on it. And then just fun stickers. That lets them know that I'm local. And samples, candy, and I think it has a catalog in there, any of the recent flyers. And I usually have at least 3 of these that go with me when I leave my house. All right, any questions? I guess I'm done. Just live your life out loud, stay in your stories, be consistent, be at the top of your page, listen to people on social media. Listen to what they're saying and get to know them like that. Like be relatable to them.
Shelly, seriously, so many great nuggets in every aspect. I think just across the board, there's something for everybody to take just a little bit of something. And like you said at the beginning, you're like, I'm sure you've heard this before, but no, as Jody put in the comments, like we haven't heard it from you with your enthusiasm, your passion, your excitement, and your drive. So thank you so very much. I'm not seeing questions, but I'm seeing a lot of I'm inspired. I can't wait to make a shirt like yours. Love your shirt. You're getting a lot of love in that, just how inspiring you were. So thank you so much for all your kind words.
Yeah, it's been fun. It has been so fun. And you can make this on I made this on Canva, the design, and put on there, scan me, and then wherever you want them to go. Like if you're more in your Instagram, you might want to drive them there.
I mean, it's a lot of people will not approach people, but they would scan somebody's shirt from far away, right? And so I think that's actually really creative and a great way to just grab different people's attention.
Or it could be your QR code to like your everything. What like your if you're using Linktree, is that it? Popple, the dot, whatever. That way they're in all your space.
Well, I took so many notes, and I love that you said, let me spoil you with fragrance. That is such a great line to say to people. Like, I'm totally going to use that now. And I also love the analogy, which I've heard Chuck and Orville talk about before, about go to Scentsy College for 4 years. We always talk about the 2-year plan, which is, as you guys all know, if you commit to selling a minimum of 2,000 PRV every month and sponsor 2 people at a minimum and help them grow their business and help them teach them to do the exact same thing. Like, you can literally be making the salary of somebody who has a 4-year degree. Thank you, Jody. Has a 4-year degree. And she's absolutely right. And that freshman year, you're not going to know as much as you are your sophomore year and your junior year. But like, just keep going and you're going to make some money along the way. I love that in your story, Shelley, you talked about how one of your favorite parts of Scentsy was the personal growth and the leadership aspect. And like, it all comes with time. We make mistakes, we learn from them, we grow, we make more money. Like, there's just, it is such a great analogy. I loved it. So I literally, like I said, I have a lot of notes. I'm so excited. I'm going to put so much of this into practice, and I love it. Love it all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Like I'm never gonna stop growing. That's the thing. That's the fun thing is we should always seek to grow somewhere. And we're all learning too. I mean,
There's that quote that they say, it's kind of like that graphic, and the person walks up to one and says, "You've changed," and the other one says, "Well, I hope so." Right? Like, because that's what life is all about, is that we're supposed to be growing, we're supposed to be changing, we're supposed to be evolving, learning from new experiences. And so I can tell that you've had just quite the journey of learning and growing from the little nuggets you've dropped from us. And so thank you so much for inspiring and pouring into this community and being a part of our Scentsy family. And we appreciate you. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us this evening. We hope you've had a wonderful evening. And we look forward to being back here next week with you for Thursday Night Shift. So have a great week, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
I see you, Ron.
Thank you, Shelley. War Eagle.
Thank you, Shelley. That was really awesome.
Man, I'm so excited to see you guys. Who is going to lead